Maverick Group started 20 years ago. Then we predominantly focused on TV, out-of-home and print. But the industry's changed vastly since then. New channels, new ways to engage, and new opportunities to measure as well, measure impact. Brand has also globalized significantly and gone internal. So you're finding now that brands are focusing as much on employees as they are on consumers as well. The response from the industry to that has been a bit of polarization. Some agencies have become highly specialized, where they're providing a single service. On the other side, there's been a temptation to broaden the proposition, become integrated and become generalists. The challenge with that is providing too many services to a client that doesn't need all of those. The Maverick was founded with a different mindset. We wanted to provide an agency environment for clients that was completely client-centric, that was built around their needs, their requirements, the skills that they were truly looking for.
You'd be really surprised at how difficult it is to find an agency that listens and understands what the client is going through, and that's what we wanted to make sure that we did all the way through at Maverick. Maverick's very different to most agencies. We have a hub system that we use for our clients. The hub sits in the centre of the entire group, and you will get the same account management team no matter what part of the group you deal with, and they will follow the client throughout its journey. Because we work on one P&L within the business, that means that we're not competing against each other. We're working as a team collaboratively to make sure that our clients get the best response.
So a good example of how we work with clients is that quite often they'll come in with a particular requirement. We'll make some suggestions around that, obviously, but we'll also expand on that as well, and quite often proactively. A good example of that is the relationship with Coca-Cola. Originally, we were asked to help them educate some of their more senior people around water waste and sugar, so key issues for Coca-Cola. We built a program called Coca-Cola Ambassador, which became kind of a foundation for most of the senior people inside the Coca-Cola organization. But what we also proposed proactively was a program to educate consumers as well, primarily around the commitments made by the Coca-Cola company around water waste and youth for 2030. So we built a program of education and engagement for consumers called Never Settle, which opened the door and opened, I think, many people's eyes to what Coca-Cola was doing in the various communities that it operates in all around the world. And it was really important, I think, for consumers to understand that Coca-Cola was taking very seriously its commitment in those key areas. Another good example of how we work is a program called DHL's Got Heart. What we realized is that DHL people themselves were doing a huge amount in the communities that they serve. So we built a platform called DHL's Got Heart. We created a competition each year for DHL employees to present the various programs that they're involved in. And what surfaced was 5,000 different programs all around the world that DHL people were committing their time, their effort, and also money to as well, to help serve in their communities. What a great way to be able to showcase a brand from the inside out, be able to engage employees around that, to engaging customers around that, and show the brand for truly what it is.
Seeing the next generation embracing the fight against AIDS is incredibly inspiring.
We did a project called End It for Good for the Global Fund. Ending it for good was to end malaria, TB and AIDS. We were asked to raise 12 billion and we raised 13.5 billion. Very proud of the Felix project, which is something that is completely pro bono on our part. And so far I think we've managed to make
2.5 million meals
that would not have then been provided. So the integrated campaign is going to be shown on Piccadilly, right on the main lights in Piccadilly, up against huge brands. It's also going to be shown on primetime television. Again, that's why we do what we do. And those children now will have meals that they would not normally have had. So hopefully that makes a difference.
There's plenty of things to be proud of at Maverick. We've won multiple awards and accolades over the years. Most notably recently was the #1 independent agency. What's really important to us is for our staff to demonstrate certain behaviours. The first one, in it together. In it together means that we care and we look out for not only our team, but also the community around us and our clients. Ask why. We always question, are we doing the right thing? Can it be done better? That'll do will never do. We should always make sure the work we're doing is at the best it possibly can be. And lastly, keep it simple. We should always get straight to the core point and get rid of all the industry guff. We must be doing something right, because in 2022 we were accredited as a great place to work. We also have a great retention rate, twice that of the industry average. We care about our people, we want them to succeed. We care about them professionally and personally. A motivated workforce will deliver for our clients, and they will end up caring for our clients and caring for the work that they produce.
We've tended to focus on long-term partnerships with a fewer number of clients, and that's borne out by the fact that some of our agency relationships are as old as the agency itself, so some 20 years. I think that's meant that we become much more of a strategic partner over time as well, which I actually believe is what agencies were originally destined to become anyway.